We are officially rolling.
All right, cool.
I'm nervous.
Why? Don't you do this all the
Oh
time?
my, I always get nervous,
Oh, man.
especially when I want to do somebody's story, right? You know,
Yeah.
because for me, it's all about being a vessel for the story.
Right.
So I want to make sure
I'm
that
telling you, I'm sure it's gonna be just fine. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine. I just appreciate you doing this.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. You know, I was really glad that you even reached out to me, like in the way that you did. And I would say right now I'm at a point where before I used to have to,
Reach out to
yes,
people.
and now people are just hitting me up and I'm like, this is crazy
Yeah,
in a good
man.
way.
In a good way. Because to be honest with you, I was just thinking about this in the car. I was like, yo, like nobody's going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a hustler's mentality with this, it's a bunch of amazing singles that got projects out,
Yes.
but you don't know because they're not doing, I don't know if they have the mindset to do press
Yeah.
or to do, podcasting or anything of that nature to tell the people that they exist.
Yeah.
But I come from that, the
Yeah.
old school, watching artists do press runs and they go on like 2 and 3 and 4 or 5 different radio stations in one day.
In one
Doing
day.
all of the drops for the radio stations and what
Yeah.
I've seen that in real life. So
And you're doing some amazing things. So before because we about to have a whole convo right now, but I want to make sure I introduce you. So what's up, fam? It is your girl Rose with the Spotlight DMV. I am coming to you live from Black Cow out here in Bowie. And I am so excited to be here with my special guest today. Oh my goodness, y'all. You're in for a treat with his story, with his music, with everything that he has going on. So I would like to welcome my guy, Stephan.
yeah, that's my government. Yes, I'm Stephan.
My guy, Stephan Gillis, also known as Sing Steph to the Spotlight. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And so, we met on the promo tour for the Love Doctor.
Yes.
And it was such a nice event. And you and your production crew, y'all came through. And I had not heard of you at that time. But let me tell y'all, when he hit that mic, I didn't forget him after that.
That means I'm doing my job good, very well. I'm doing my job good.
Yes, and I mean that because then after that, the next time I saw you, you were performing at Sounds and Spirits. If y'all don't know what that is, it is the live band open mic that goes on monthly throughout DC. And so you were a part of the D'Angelo tribute.
Yeah.
And we were all. That was a hard one. A hard one.
It still is.
Yes. And you did it justice. And so when I saw that you were going to be there, and I was like, oh, I got to go. I got to go. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you stuck with me when I heard you sing in July. And so I'm so honored to have you here. So let me fully introduce you. Okay, guys, I made my notes because I wanted to make sure I did him justice. So I'm sitting down with musical artist, singer, songwriter, vocal producer, storyteller, and curator, Stephan Gillis, also known as Sing Steph. And so I really want to talk about all the work that you have upcoming. You have an album drop that's about to come out. Yeah. You just had some songs featured on the Love Doctor. Yeah. But before we get into all of that, I really like my audience to know who a person is, the person behind all the music, when the lights are out, all that good stuff. I want them to know you. So tell us about Stephan Gillis before the mic, before Sing Steph.
Man.
Where did you grow up?
So I was born in Stamford, Connecticut, right? That was 82. I spent like about 9 years in Stamford, Connecticut. So that's like the suburbs outside of like the Bronx and Harlem and that whole area. Then we moved to Virginia Beach in 1990. So I was raised in the 757. Anybody knows about the 757. You know,
Yeah.
like that was during the time when Teddy Riley had first got there. So Teddy Riley was
Yes.
doing like these talent shows at the high school and different things of that nature. So uh, being there, single parent, uh, younger sister, my grandparents, growing up in church, singing in church, and you know, just being a regular kid trying to figure life out. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
figuring out that thing that kind of sets me apart. And I wasn't a liked kid, you know, because you know back in them days, you know, we were kind of raw with each other, like
Listen, you know, up here in the DMV, growing up, you had to know how. Then we call it joning
yeah,
when you
yeah,
talking shit to
yeah,
each
yeah.
other. You had to know how to
Had to
have them
know.
snappy comebacks.
I was not quick on my feet.
Yeah.
I wasn't quick on my feet with the words. So, you know, I got into writing. I would basically be an introvert, stay in the house. So it was Yo MTV Raps, it was Rap City, it was Teen Summit,
Yeah.
it was Video Soul, which in turned into 106 in Park and what is it, TRL.
Yes.
So all of that music and watching those artists and weekly just, you know, just tuning in to those, looking at, you know, those artists, it kind of just sparked the flame in me, man. And around second grade, I really discovered I had a voice because I was singing to the girls. That was the only way I could get. That was the only way I could get to play. So, you know, during recess, me and my guys, we would gather around the the swings or the monkey bars, and we would sing
Y'all
Shy.
would sing.
Yeah, we would sing Shy. We would sing Jodeci. You know, with Blackstreet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like when I started to get the singing bug. And you know, teenage years, being a typical teenager in the
Typical
streets,
teenager.
you know, trying to get girls, trying to, you know, figure it out. And I put the singing to the side because, you know, growing up in that culture, they sing.
Yeah.
So I got into rapping.
Yeah.
I started rapping, but then that's how I was able to kind of learn my writing ability, putting
Well,
words together.
and you said you weren't quick with it, but to be a rapper, you gotta was so you know, especially if like you're
Yeah,
battle rapping or
yeah.
somebody asks
I
you to
never, I
drop.
never battle rap. Anytime they asked me to do a freestyle, I had this one rap.
The go-to.
I had the go-to rap. 16 bars. I would spit that religiously, you know. And then you know, just got more into the writing, more into the writing. I would save up my dollars and my quarters
Yeah.
and go to the studio with my, you know, with some homeboys of mine. And we would put our money together to go get an hour, which is like $55 an hour or something like that.
So
And
this
we
was as a teen, you
this is
were
like 12, 13 years old.
wow.
You know?
Okay.
So I always had an idea of what I wanted to do uh from, you know, a little kid.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be in music. So uh then I guess I dropped out of high school, right? It was like 10th grade. I always knew I was different. I couldn't learn the same way that everybody else is looking at the textbook, take the quiz, pass it, and repeat. I was always like an audio visual learner. So I had to put my hands on something in order for me to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So got my GED, fast forward, went to culinary art school.
Oh, you could too.
Yes, I am that is my trade. I am
But
a
that
chef.
that wasn't in the research.
Nah. I let that out. Now I only cook for, you know, the family. I cook at home and try to get, you know, some artistic, you know, frustration out, try
Yeah.
to fix up something. I did become an executive chef. I was like the youngest executive chef that was on a contracted company at the Department of Energy.
Oh wow.
That was like 2012. So I mean, I accomplished,
Yeah.
you know, quite a bit in culinary, but my heart was still in music.
In music.
Yeah.
No. And I really love that you said you were singing in church, and
Mhm.
a lot of singers, a lot of Black singers
Yeah,
get their start in the church, especially because church is a place where, they are going to encourage you. They're going to be
yeah,
like, sing, baby. And so it helps you to break out
yeah,
of that shell. But just at the age of 12 and 13, that teenage age, you're
yeah,
saving up money to go to the studio. Not a
yeah,
lot of young people will be doing that. So I really love that. But you have such an interesting background in the path that you're taking, because you're expressing your creativity, like you're dabbling in different ways to express your creativity
yeah,
through writing, through singing, through cooking. Yeah, and so when you talk about that path into cooking and becoming a culinary chef, how
mhm.
did you then get back into music?
Well, even when I was in culinary, I still, because at that time I was heavy in church.
Mm-hmm.
So I put out a gospel album under another name back in '09 called Simo in Technicolor. It's still out, like
Oh
you can still
wow.
find it on DSPs, wherever you get your music from. And I did that. I was able to travel and tour across the country, do the Dove Awards, do Stella Awards. I performed with Tone, Molly Music, Kirk, Dietrich Hatton, a few, a few noted gospel artists. And around 2010, I fell back
Mm-hmm.
from it. I ain't gonna go into details as to why I fell back, but something I'll just say something happened,
Yeah.
and I just took a step back because it messed my head up as far as like, because you think when you get into the industry, you think, oh, we're about saving souls, making a
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
No, we're still about getting money.
It's a business. At
It's
the
a
end of the day,
business.
it's a business.
And sometimes the means to get to that business, you know,
I can
it messes you up.
yes, and I mean, I know you're talking about, like, are you talking about gospel specifically, or just the industry in
the
general?
the industry in general, but at that time it was gospel. So
Mhm.
that was the shock. That was a shocking thing to me
Yeah.
because I was young, naive, just wanted to sing and had a chip on my shoulder because I wasn't in the in crowd. So I would always go out there with an agenda to try to murder everything. But that was
Mhm.
kind of eating at my soul. So I took a step back and then I got into background work. So I was doing background vocals for other artists.
Yes.
Uh, my first background, uh, my first background job was for a artist by the name of Kelly Nicole Price. She wrote, or she co-wrote "Deja Vu" for Beyonce,
Okay.
and
Wait, are we talking about the Kelly Price?
not the Kelly Price, the
Okay.
this Kelly. Shout out to Kelly Nicole Price, man. She's the one. She's like one of my elder statesmen in
Mm.
the game. She kind of raised me and a few other artists in the area, and did that. Which in return, when I moved up to this area, started doing background work for Lisette,
Mhm.
TT,
Let me
forms.
tell you, I grew up with Lisette
Word.
for a short period of time. I
Yeah.
met her in middle school,
Okay.
and we used to hang real tough.
Yeah,
And
man.
I knew that girl could blow.
Young, sad, and blue, man. If you're
Yes.
not hip to Lisette TT, you need to get hip.
Yes.
A pillar. Um, so I did background for her, and I ended up doing background vocals for Little John Roberts. He's a well-noted drummer all around the industry. He's played for Jill
Mhm.
Scott, played for Prince, played for everybody. Janet Jackson. Did that for a while. And I still do background. I do background vocals for Deborah Bond. She's another staple in the DMV area.
Mhm.
Moo Fresh,
Yes.
do backgrounds for her as well. So that's still a passion and I still am involved in, helping other artists with their artistry.
And I love that, because that is a part of what I really notice about you, and the work that you're doing. And we'll get into that, about how you're creating space to highlight people in the arts, not just musically,
Right.
but in paintings and things like that. So we'll get into that. But what I do want to ask you is about making it in this area, because I know that that was a huge question that Dior Ashley was asking from DC Music Summit. She's the founder of
Okay.
DC Music Summit. And a question that she had posed to a lot of local artists in this area: do you have to leave this area to make it in the music industry? So did you leave?
I left my hometown.
Mm,
I left the 757 in 2010, and I came up here. And even when I got up here, it still took the leg work and the hustle
yeah,
to even get to where I'm at today. I don't necessarily believe that nobody has to leave where they're from. I mean, unless it's for other reasons like
uh-huh,
security, whatever, personal thing that you may have to deal with when you get into the industry. But leaving is not a necessity
yeah,
because from the power of technology, you can work from anywhere. Now, would it be more maybe easier for you if you were to go to LA or New York? Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but I don't. DMV, DC, Northern Virginia, Maryland. This is my home, and I
yeah.
don't plan on. I don't plan on going nowhere.
And I think that we're kind of privileged in this area. And I say that just recently coming from a trip to Tulsa,
Wow.
where I visited a friend that moved out there.
Okay.
But we were doing some tours, and I was talking to someone that was telling me about some of the movements that are happening out in Tulsa for Black people.
Right.
And so we went and looked at some of the towns and stuff. And coming from this area, my expectation was something different. And then
Right.
I went and I was like, oh, we in the country.
Definitely Oklahoma all the way.
Yes, like
Yeah.
we're in the country. And I do agree that technology does make it easier.
Yeah.
However, you cannot beat that face to face,
No, not at all.
being in the same space, in
Yeah.
the same room, vibing with people,
Yeah.
and things like that.
I would say that you still need to go to those places.
Mm.
You still need to go and shake hands and kiss babies. I was for well, maybe I should. All right, I'm trying not to fast forward the good stuff, but I did go to LA last year for Grammy week, and was able to connect with other producers, other
Yeah.
writers, other executives, and just shake their hand and conversate with them. And some of them I'm still in communication with to this day.
Mhm.
And going to New York as well, same thing. And it's important for you to go to those places and let them know that you exist. But as far as like you having to be there 24/7 is not necessary.
That makes sense. And then I know you're also engaged. You're a member
Oh
of
yes, I'm a member of the Recording Academy, which is
us.
we are the people that vote for the Grammys.
And I know that back in the day, like that was always like a big thing for us as Black people,
Yeah,
where we would watch these awards and everybody's singing our music and playing it, and the clubs using it in movies. However, we're not winning the awards.
right.
But I think that us as regular people just watching, we didn't understand that it also takes being involved
Yeah,
so that you can push forward
yeah,
the
make
music.
change.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
for sure.
exactly. And then you're also a mentor as well.
Yeah, I'm a Grammy U mentor. So what we do, we mentor kids that are in college, that want to be in the music industry, and I was able to be a mentor this year. I wasn't a mentor last year, but my first year coming into the Recording Academy, I was a mentor. So
Mhm.
mentor for the second time, and it's a privilege to be able to pour into a younger a person, all of the experiences and jewels that I've learned and just
Yeah.
try to help them, achieve their dreams as well.
And so you've been in the industry over 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, at what point did you feel like, okay, uh, or do you even feel like that? Like, not necessarily I've made it, or do you feel like you've made it, or like, there's some motion happening here, some good stuff?
I mean, it's motion, uh, it's good things happening, but I don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I'll say I made it,
Mm-hmm.
because you're only as relevant or as good as your last thing that you did, And so as an artist and as a student, you're always going to be striving to get to another level. You're always going to learn new things about yourself, about your artistry, about the industry. So you got to remain in a mode of being a learned person.
Yeah.
So that kind of keeps me curious. So as far as making it, I won't make it. I won't say I made it until I can get my wife off her job. I'll say that.
Amen.
Until I'm able to say, babe, if you want to work, cool, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I've accomplished something in my life, where I can give my family the next level of living.
Mm-hmm. And all of it coming from the
All
artist.
is coming from the artistry.
I
I don't have
that's
no plan
right.
B. This is it.
I love it.
Yeah.
The grind.
The grind.
Yes. And so with that, I know in 2015 there was a shift for you because you were
Yeah.
diagnosed with kidney failure.
Yeah.
And being in the music industry, I'm sure that was tough. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, man. Like I was on dialysis for like 6 years.
Wow.
I was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease in 2013, and then around 2015 I started my first dialysis treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And my typical like weekly routine would be go to dialysis like 5 in the morning, and then get on the road after dialysis and drive like 2-3 hours to Lynchburg, anywhere that we're performing, North Carolina, because I was in a go-go band at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would drive to Lynchburg, I would drive to North Carolina, I would drive to Richmond, I would drive to wherever we're performing, and I would perform and then go back to the hotel and wake up at like 6 in the morning to drive to church.
Wow.
And do praise and worship there. During the whole dialysis thing, and there would be times I would be tired, I'd be weak, I would be exhausted, but I always had that extra drive to do what I love. So it taught me a lot of resilience, determination, strength. Like I was still building up my vocal muscle because I lost it for a little while. And once I was able to get my transplant in 2022, man, I was off to the races. Once the doctor cleared me, it was like, oh yeah, you can go outside now. I've been outside ever since. And I built my strength back up, built my vocal back up. And now it's just about being an example of what a miracle looks like.
And I was just gonna say that ain't nothing but God.
Yeah.
Because when I tell you, I know people that are currently going through dialysis.
Yeah.
And I just can't imagine from what I see that they experience, them leaving a dialysis center to jump on the road to go do a performance.
Yeah.
Because the way that they be worn out,
Yes.
that ain't nothing but God.
It would be days where I would be in so much pain, or I would be so tired that I would lay in my bed and be like, God, if you wanna do it now, we can it's all right.
Yeah.
But I had the motivation to live for my girls, for my wife, and just they gave me the motivation to keep going.
Yeah.
And man, I'm here now, healthy, and trying to kill every stage I step on.
Yeah. And so did you ever fear that you wouldn't return? you were saying that you were asking God, listen, if this is it, just take me now.
Yeah,
Like, did
yeah.
you ever fear that?
I did for a long time. I mean, 6 years. You go through the ups and downs of mortality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to come face to face with that because it was several times I could have been out of here. You
Yeah.
know, and when I got my transplant, I felt like God gave me a second chance to go for it, and I've been going for it. Like I'm not dropping no opportunity for me to get to the next thing. And maybe it's an operation of like it could be either fear or determination, but either way, I'm going.
Yeah, I know that's right. One foot in front of the next.
Yeah, absolutely.
You trusted God with your life when your body was failing
Was
you.
failing.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
And so in that regard, let's talk about the new EP.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
man.
yes. Songs about her.
Yeah.
And I've listened to it several times over the last few days.
Okay.
And I sent you my comments
Yeah,
about Safe
yeah.
Space. Guys, when I tell you, there was something about that song. I don't know the technical words,
Technical word.
but there's like a shift in something in what I hear.
Wow.
And I'm like, whatever I'm hearing is like really grabbing me
Wow.
right now. So
Wow.
talk to us about songs about her in this new EP.
Oh man, songs about hers coming out January 9th. It's basically just an ode to women. Like I love women, man. Like I was raised by majority women. I mean, shout out to my uncles, rest in peace to Uncle Ernest, Uncle Dickie, and all the men in my life. But it was a woman that kind of raised me to be the man that I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And my aunties, my mom, my grandmother, the women I've dated, the woman I'm currently married to, the women that that are just in my life that I've had experiences with. So songs about her is a 5-song EP, and every song is a different her that I've experienced in my life. Some allegory because gotta keep it
Yes.
clean. Some stories are mine, and some stories are people that I've dealt with and told me stories,
Yeah.
wrote about them. So it's just a collection of personalities and experiences with women that I've encountered.
I love that it's such a positive, it's positive about relationships
Yeah,
because we're at a time now, especially when you're scrolling through and the things that are getting likes and that are getting engagement and getting shares,
yeah,
it's always when we're at each other's necks.
yeah. I
But
hate it.
I hate it
I hate it.
too. I
It
hate
don't
it
do it.
too.
It don't do us no good because the reality is that I need you, you need me, we need each other, and you know it's I don't want to call it an agenda, but it's definitely a spirit around the division between black men and black women.
Yes.
And I'm not championing that at all. Like, I come from the era where I heard Babyface sing about I'll buy your clothes,
Yeah.
I'll pay your rent, I'll cook your dinner too as soon as I get home from work. I come up under Gerald Levert where he's saying, baby, I'm ready to
Yes.
give you all my love. Sick and
Yes.
tired of playing games. So many loves I can't even name. Like I come from that cloth, and I believe that that's something that's missing in 2025, in 2026, where men are being vulnerable to women, telling them their honest, feelings, and not being afraid of what the aftermath may be from it either. But I'm just being honest and showing you my heart. So, with songs like Safe Space, us as men, we need to create safer spaces for women to feel like they can be women
Yeah.
around us and not have to be objects of our affection. They're actually total human beings. They have a mind, they have a heart,
Yeah.
and they have something to teach us, and vice versa. So that's what Safe Space that's the heart of safe space. I mean, it talks about some things going
Yes,
on,
it
but
does. No,
that is at the acquiesce of the woman inviting me into her space.
exactly. And that's exactly how I receive it.
Yeah,
It's you're creating this bubble where I'm
mhm,
allowing you, like, whatever it is that you're bringing into this space, and I'm going to follow
yeah,
and I'm going to support that energy.
yeah,
And if it leads to that, it leads to that.
yeah,
But I'm here for you, the woman,
yeah,
the
absolutely,
person.
yeah,
So that's probably what I'm hearing. I'm talking about the musicality, but all the lyrics, like everything tied in together. That was easily my favorite song
yeah.
on
I
the
appreciate you.
EP. Yeah.
Thank you, thank
And so two of those songs, as we mentioned
you.
earlier, are on the Love Doctor.
Yes.
And the Love Doctor premiered here in Prince George's County a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's actually the directorial debut of TC
Carson.
Carson.
Yeah.
Yes. And so talk to us about that, about having those two songs featured on that soundtrack.
Man. Let's so I don't think those songs were not gonna be on the movie. So when we recorded them, we only had like I want to say a week to get all of the music together.
Oh, wow.
So when I heard the track kind of like dictated where I was going with this. And recorded it. And at first they were like, we don't know if we're gonna use it. But then like maybe a couple of days later, I get a call from Smiles. Shout out to Smiles, my dog. Like he's like my partner in all of this. Star
Mm-hmm.
Makers, Bob. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get that for y'all. Let me get that for y'all. Smiles called and he's like, yo, like they like the songs and Superhero is gonna be the main song in the movie. I'm geeked up. I'm like, what? Get the joint. And we were at the movie premiere and I hear the song come on and I'm seeing people in the seats bopping.
Oh.
They nod their head, they bopping. I'm like, we might really got one here. So Superhero, favorite distraction is in the intro of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So man, I'm just blessed to be able to, pin certain records that connect with, with everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so tell us about Star Makers, because you're new to that.
To that roster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Bob Terry. If you know Bob plays for Backyard Band. He's been with Backyard Band for about 25 years, right? Smooth cat on the guitar.
Yeah.
I met them back in 2013 when I was starting to work with the set. And I was able to, do a few things with them, but I would almost beg Bob, like, yo, man, you need to put me down with Bob. You need to put me down. You need to put me down. He'd be like, all right, Steph, I got you, I got you. And it wasn't until 2024 when I got back into the rotation of working with them doing songwriting, actually. So I co-wrote some songs for another movie that they scored. It was called Sugar Baby.
Okay.
And it's on BET. So that was like my first movie placement. And fast forward, Bob was like, you know what, Steph? I know you've been asking for a long time to be down with us. I finally see the vision. I want you to be down with us. So that was a blessing to me. And just working with those guys, working with Kevin Rutledge. He produced Safe Space.
Yeah.
Smiles uh produced the majority of the EP. And man, just working with those guys, man, is your dream come true. Yeah, for real.
And I love that you're talking about how you were going after. You weren't waiting for somebody to be like, okay, now we want you. You're like, put me on, put me on.
Yeah. And during that time, I was able to do background vocals for Raheem Devon at the time. I was still able to just get working with them, but I just kept pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, you're not just releasing music. We kind of touched on that earlier as well, about you creating experiences, curating moments for people to really enjoy music, enjoy the local art.
Yeah.
And so I believe it was like within the last 2 weeks, you released on social media your living room kickback listening session. First
Yeah.
and foremost, I was like, where was my invite? Where was my
Oh,
invite?
man.
But that was with DJ Two Tone Jones
Yes.
and Black Girl Blunts Art.
Yeah.
And now today we're here at Black Cow and Bowie for the hang after church, and some of your friends are gonna pull up. I have no idea what's about to happen today. I'm just looking forward to the experience.
Yeah.
So tell us about that, how all of that comes together.
So the living room kickback session was done by my guy Omar. GNSN Films recorded it. Shout out to DJ Two Tone Jones for helping me put that on. Shout out to Diana Mara helping me put that on. I wanted to create a different experience. So on YouTube, they have like these living room DJs.
Yes,
So you've seen that before, right?
I love them.
So
yes.
I wanted to take that concept but put it to my music.
Mhm.
So all of the music that I recorded with Star Makers, even music that I've done in the past, we all put that together and just made a 45-minute experience of just seeing Steph music, from my mixtape to my first EP called The Love Transplant Volume 1. That's out as well. And we also started to premiere the music from songs about her.
Mhm.
And so we'll be dropping that soon. I'm dropping, clips, getting people excited to watch it. And man, I just wanted to create a kickback vibe. Those types of atmospheres are like monumental and they're magical because you just don't know who may show up. I've been at kickbacks where, it's a piano in the house and we all it's 30 people. We gather around a piano and we singing.
Jam session. I love that. Yeah,
absolutely, man.
And let me tell you, when you hit that Wu Tang Luther joint, I was like, man, where was my invite? Where was my invite?
So funny thing about it is that mixtape is still out.
I listened to it.
You did?
I sure did.
Wow.
I
Okay.
sure
What
did.
you think of it? What you thought about?
I loved it. I like when things are mashed up like that. It's like so unexpected.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, the past few days, I've had your music blasting at home, including that, because I was like, he's been in the game over 15 years. Let me see what he's all about. Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing to be able to take your creativity and your ideas and find people that's willing to come along with you and make those things materialize, man. So shout out to Judah on the beat. He's the one that really got me established in the music sphere with Love Transplant Volume 1. That was the first musical offering I did after I got my transplant. So henceforth, Love Transplant.
Wow. Yeah.
So out of that, you got 7 p.m. Do You Mind? We get the mixtape, the Luther Vandross. You go to if you go to singstep.bandcamp.com, you can go listen to that. You can download that. Yeah, man, I was just able to just get my ideas, out to the world.
And so, guys, I'm going to have everything linked so you can find Sing Steph. If you're not already following him, you can find all his socials. You'll find his music that is out currently that you can listen to. And so what would you tell up and coming creatives or even folks that have been in the game for a while, maybe a little discouraged, need to find some new encouragement? What would you say to them?
You always got to sing your why. You gotta, whatever your why is, that's gotta be your motivating factor. My why is to establish community again with artists. Social media is cool, like the IG lives and all of those things, they're cool, but there's still a slight like separation because artists tend to live in their own bubble and live in their own world. I'm no different than nobody that gets up in the mornings and puts their pants on to go to work and sit in traffic and had to deal with annoying, annoying people at work,
Yes.
and got bills and got bill collectors calling their phone, got that 1877 number popping up out of nowhere, and you like ignore. Like I I go through all of those things as well. So I know different than anybody. So that keeps me, you know, it keeps me human.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times artists kind of they view themselves as other, and which is cool because we are other. But in order for us to maintain our otherness, we have to be human, and we have to
Yeah.
interact, and we have to communicate, we have to relate, we have to live with, with humanity in order for us to understand humanity and write about it.
Exactly. Like there's no way that you can write songs that are going to resonate with people, that people are going to be like, "Oh, that is about me.
Yeah,
That is about something that I've gone through before." If you don't acknowledge your
yeah,
humanness. And so I love that you said that because that is what the Spotlight DMV is all about. It's all about being engaged, right?
yeah,
Being
for sure.
present.
Yeah,
It's about learning these different spaces. We all are not here or blessed with the same gifts or the same talents. And that's cool. That's what
yeah,
makes
that's
us
cool. That's what.
unique.
Yeah, absolutely,
But I love highlighting all that's happening out there so you
yeah,
can find your space, get in where you fit in. With,
absolutely.
and I say the same thing. Like I'm nobody, but I am special.
Yes, you are very
I'm
special.
special.
Yes,
However, I'm
Rose
not.
is so special, y'all. Y'all better cherish her while she's here,
Thank
because
you.
when Hollywood, I'm sure Hollywood already fallen. So when they calling and she get busy, and y'all be like, "Well, I remember when." You
What
need to jump on the train now.
And I will tell you too, I had just come back from Afrotech and I made a post on Facebook saying because I saw Roland Martin, he was doing
Yeah.
his live stream podcast there. And I was like, one day I'm gonna be doing my podcast live stream, but y'all gonna pay me. And
Y'all gonna pay her.
that very day, someone reached out to me and was like, you can live stream from my events. And then you hit me up. You were like, come to my event and let's do the show
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So sometimes all it takes is just speaking it out, not just speaking it out, but then showing up and doing the
Showing up,
work.
absolutely.
You got to do the work.
Yeah,
And
man.
so that's when we talk about the grind. And because we love what we do, it's not easy, but we love it. It's like
Yeah,
I can't even give it up sometimes. I'm like, why am I up this late? Because I have to get this video out so people know what's happening.
yeah. It's your passion.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's the thing that keeps your blood flowing.
Yes.
Me singing to me is like breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can't breathe, if I can't sing, I really don't know what I would do. Like I was prophesied to many, many years ago that, and that's actually how I got the name Sing Step.
Mm.
Because they said that, your voice brings healing to people, and it's
Wow.
gonna eventually heal you. So when you're depressed, sing stuff. When you are sad, sing stuff. When you're frustrated, sing stuff. So I take all of that energy and I put it on the stage. I put it into my music. I just put it into my life. I put it into what I wear. I put it into how I react and how I love on people. I just put my why into everything I do. So put do your why. That's all I can tell the artists is do your why.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me, for talking about your journey
Yeah.
up until now, for talking about your new EP that's
Yeah.
dropping.
January 9th. And it's direct to consumer. So it's not gonna be on DSPs for like, I don't know, until we sell our goal, our targeted number, right? So you'll be able to get a link. We'll put the link up very soon for you to be able to purchase it directly from us. So yeah, man.
That's a whole nother
That's a
conversation
whole
because
nother
I've been
conversation.
seeing ownership is a big thing.
Absolutely.
And I've been seeing some people, they're now pressing out DVD, CDs
Yeah,
again
yeah.
and USBs with their artwork and their
Right.
music on it. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
thank you so much for sitting down
Thank
with
you. It's my
me.
pleasure.
And tell the folks where they can find you.
Man, you can find me, Sing Steph, on all social media platforms. www.singsteph.info. The website is coming soon. And yeah, man, you can find me in the streets. You can find me at your open mics. You can find me at, being a feature artist for artists that's coming into town, and you'll also be able to see me January 12th at Blues Alley. We're doing the album release show there.
Oh, nice.
So January 9th is the release, and then January 12th we're doing the show to celebrate.
Okay, awesome. I didn't get my invite yet, but I'm putting it on my calendar.
She'll be there. I will make sure that she gets the full treatment. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And guys, I cannot wait to put this out. Everything will be linked, as I mentioned before. And so thank you for being on the spotlight.
Appreciate it.